Welcome to this comprehensive and in-depth exploration of the Chernobyl disaster, one of the most catastrophic events in history. On April 26, 1986, an unimaginable tragedy unfolded at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, leaving an indelible mark on the world. In this video, we will delve into the causes of the disaster, examine its profound impact on the environment and people, and scrutinize the Soviet Union's response during and after the crisis. To truly comprehend the Chernobyl disaster, we must first understand the intricacies of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. At its core was the RBMK reactor, a design unique to the Soviet Union. However, this design proved to have critical flaws that ultimately contributed to the disaster. The fateful sequence of events began with a scheduled safety test, intending to simulate a power outage scenario. However, a combination of inherent design flaws and human error led to an uncontrollable chain reaction. As the reactor's power was reduced, an unforeseen power surge occurred, triggering a rapid increase in temperature and pressure within the core. The control rods, which were meant to slow down the reaction, had graphite tips, which acted as a catalyst, causing an even more substantial power spike. The reactor's coolant, water, was also flawed, leading to further instability. Additionally, the operators deviated from established safety protocols and disabled critical safety systems as they conducted the test. This perfect storm of technical deficiencies and human error culminated in the catastrophic explosion. The immediate impact of the Chernobyl disaster was devastating, not only for the plant workers but also for the surrounding areas. The explosion released an enormous amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere, forming a radioactive plume that spread far and wide. The radioactive fallout contaminated a vast region, encompassing parts of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia, with varying levels of severity. The health consequences for those exposed to the radiation were dire. Acute radiation sickness affected the first responders and workers at the plant, causing immediate illness and, in some cases, death. However, the long-term effects were equally catastrophic. The radiation exposure led to an increased risk of cancer, particularly thyroid cancer, among the population. Generations later, the impact continues to be felt, with higher rates of birth defects, genetic mutations, and other chronic health conditions observed in the affected areas. The environmental repercussions were also profound. The immediate vicinity around the Chernobyl plant, known as the Exclusion Zone, turned into a haunting, desolate landscape. Forests, once teeming with life, withered and died. Wildlife suffered genetic mutations and population decline, while aquatic ecosystems experienced contamination through rivers and groundwater. The Soviet Union's response to the Chernobyl disaster was marked by initial confusion, attempts to downplay the severity of the incident, and a focus on preserving the image of the Soviet nuclear industry. However, as the true scale of the disaster became evident, a massive effort was mobilized to mitigate the effects of the radiation and address the ongoing crisis. Liquidators, consisting of emergency workers and volunteers, were deployed to the site to clean up and stabilize the reactor. These brave individuals faced unimaginable risks, working under hazardous conditions to limit further releases of radiation. They undertook the construction of the sarcophagus, a massive concrete structure to enclose the damaged reactor and prevent further contamination. While the Soviet government eventually acknowledged the severity of the disaster, criticism was directed at the initial response and the lack of transparency. The Chernobyl disaster highlighted systemic issues within the Soviet Union, leading to a loss of trust in the government and contributing, in part, to the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union itself. In conclusion, the Chernobyl disaster serves as a haunting reminder of the catastrophic consequences that can arise from a combination of technical shortcomings, human error, and a flawed response. It stands as a solemn testament to the importance of rigorous safety measures, transparent communication, and a commitment to learning from past mistakes. We hope this comprehensive video has provided you with a wealth of information regarding the causes, impact, and Soviet response to the Chernobyl disaster. Remember to share this video to increase awareness and understanding of this historic event and its lasting effects. Thank you for joining us on this extensive journey through the Chernobyl disaster. If you found this video informative, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more compelling content. Together, let us continue to explore the lessons and legacies of such significant events in our history. Stay curious, keep learning, and let us honor the victims and the lessons of Chernobyl.